No problems, Veena. और कोई गलती हो जाए बीच में please उसको edit कर देना क्योंकि ना ऐसे हो जाता है.
Sorry, Rachna, to interrupt you. Rachna, can you go with English and Hindi mixed together, because some we have people who only knows English only. So
Not a problem. I can do.
Thank you.
I can do mix and I can do English as well.
Thank
There's
you
no
so
problem. Shweta, I can't see you, but that's okay. Anyway, good morning, everyone. I am Rachna Soni. I'm the Multicultural Community Liaison Officer with Parramatta Police Area Command. So Parramatta is one of the hotspots or a lockdown area on 8 LGAs may say. So it's just that Parramatta is very, very busy at the moment. Things are becoming a bit difficult with the COVID not coming under control, and police is under the pump a lot of time. It's mostly every day. यहाँ से emergency operation center is operating from Parramatta, from Ryde, from Mount Druitt, just to cater COVID cases. Defense is working with us hand in hand to assist the people who are in isolation. So how defense and police is working, I'm just going to give you a bit of a background. कि जो positive cases हैं, police and defense, they go together and check on them, that whether or not they're following the rules of the COVID lockdown, and they're isolating themselves and getting tested when it is required. So wo compliance side hai, but then on the other side, the defense and police is also looking after their well-being. They're going and checking if they need food, if they need any other toiletries, any other things that they need at home which they can't go out for. They also check if their mental health is all right, if they're not isolated in a way where they're just losing it, they check on their welfare and well-being. Now, from the 16th of August, things changed a lot and new rules were introduced and new fines were introduced. I don't know, Veena, have you got the translated version or the media release from the Minister of Police and Emergency? I just wanted to check. If you don't have it, I can send it through to you.
I don't have it at this stage. If you can send it to me, that'll be great.
Sure. Veena, that includes all the increased fines. जो पहले 3,000 के थे, they've become 5,000 now. And what are those categories of fines? I can send them to you so that you can distribute it to your group. It's very important to know. Reasonable excuses are still there. But again, reasonable excuse ki bhi public health order mein it's huge definition why you can leave home. You can only leave home to buy food, to buy groceries. If you cannot work from home or study from home, that's the only reason you can leave home. If you're an essential worker, you can leave home. If you have a medical appointment, you can leave home. If you need to go for a vaccination, you can leave home. Otherwise, you can't leave home. You have to stay at home. And stay at home operation has been started by the police from the 18th of August, not the 18th, sorry, from the 16th of August, sorry, my bad. 16th of August midnight, we started this operation where police would be targeting with highway patrol the cars on highways, and we'll be stopping and checking and asking people why they are leaving home. It is becoming strict, and I'm really sorry, I really apologize कि police को भी इतने measures strict करने पड़ रहे हैं, but there are some people, minority, who are not following the rules, और उसकी वजह से it's spreading. It's just that it's not ending. कल आपने देखा होगा there were 633 cases. That is huge. That's a huge number. And we don't want it to increase more. We don't want कि बढ़ते जाए numbers. और हमारी community में, I would say the Indian community is very, very acceptable. They're approachable also, rather, and they understand what is going on. We're just in Parramatta, Blacktown, and I'll say Harris Park, the community where Indian community lives, they are following all the rules as laid. They listen. कई बार हो जाता है, there are issues जो हो जाते हैं, कई ऐसे reasons हो जाते हैं, urgent reasons where you have to leave home. You should have your license. You should have a proof of address with you. If you're stopped by the police, if you have those things handy and a reasonable excuse that you can give to the police कि मैं फलाने reason से बाहर जा रहा हूँ, मुझे child care के लिए जाना है, या I have to look after my granddaughter, जो even maybe it's not living in the 5 kilometer radius, you have to give that reasonable excuse. या फिर I have to accompany my wife or I have to accompany my husband because we are going for a vaccination. These are all reasonable excuses to leave home. But make sure you carry your ID with you with your proof of address. Police wants to see that 2 people in the car wearing a mask are from the same address. If you're not from the same address, then you will be given on the spot fine for $5,000. जो originally 3,000 हुआ करता था, now 5,000. When you leave home, even if you're coming out to throw your rubbish bins, or you're going to the letterbox, or you're going to the car which is parked on the street, you have to wear mask. If you're not seen wearing a mask and somebody dobs you in, या आपका neighbor complain कर देता, आप थोड़ी देर और रुक जाते हो बाहर, and you start pulling the weeds from your garden, you'll get fined for $500 if the police comes and asks you. They're actually not giving any how do I explain to this कि वो माफ नहीं कर रहे. Police अभी इस समय बहुत strict हुई है. Due to compliance, they're just issuing fines. We don't have any benefit. Police doesn't have any benefit out of this, but it's just for the compliance per se that people should follow the rules. Unfortunately, it has come to that stage because a minority of people were not following rules, and today we have cases which are 633, and the health also predicts that they might increase even more if the rules are not followed. Vaccination, health key, police key, it's the same message for everyone. Please get vaccinated as soon as possible. जैसे ही आपको मौका मिले, जैसे ही appointment मिले, please get vaccinated because that is the thumb rule and that is going to protect us and save us from this virus to spread. Now, these are the basic things that is there in relation to the rules, in relation to leaving home. With the 5 kilometer radius and the bubble, the singles bubble, if it applies to you from the 21st of August, you can nominate the person who would visit you if you're living alone, and that you can register on Service New South Wales website, and that would be your nominated person who can visit you, even though we are trying to keep it in the 5 kilometer radius, but even though you're not in that 5 kilometer radius, you can still visit that single person that you have nominated or the person who want to visit you, or vice versa. So that's another very important thing. Carry your address and carry that pass. So it's going to be a like a permit or a pass given to you, which you can show to the police when you've been stopped that you're a nominated person to visit the other single person. In terms of shopping, there are places where, for example, you might not get the curry leaves the next door shop, or you might not get that masala in that 5 kilometer radius. So you would have to travel to Wentworthville, even if you're living in Blacktown. It is obviously more than 5 kilometers. Or maybe you want to do something with your achar and you're not going to get that ingredient in your area. Try to make it possible that you find it in that 5 kilometer radius. But then if it is so urgent that you can't live without it, you cross that border and you're increasing it to 10 kilometers, make sure you have that reasonable excuse to give to the police that this was essential for me. I need that ingredient in my diet and I cannot have my diet without it. And that's why I had to cross that 5 kilometer radius and the local government area to purchase that ingredient or food, or as a matter of fact, any part of the grocery, if that makes sense. There is a fine for it. Again, it's a $5,000 fine, and we don't want anyone to get booked for that reason. So please be very, very choosy. If you have an essential worker at home who's traveling, maybe that person can go and pick it up. If you're all living in the same house, they can bring it. Try not to go out yourself. That's my suggestion. In terms of visiting friends and family, that's not at all happening at the moment. Even though you're living in the 5 kilometer radius, it cannot happen. Sorry. आज हम शाम को किसी के साथ बैठ सकें, वो भी नहीं. That's not happening. We cannot sit down in the evening and have tea together, or even meet at the park for recreation. You're only allowed to be at the park to supervise a child who is under the age of 12. So no longer 5 or 6 moms can be together and gather in the park and chat. It's not happening. If someone sees you or if the police will see you, it's a $5,000 fine again. And I don't want to quote that, and I don't want anyone else to quote it. So if you are going to the park and you're taking your granddaughter or your grandson, supervise them, but try to keep the distance with other friends. You can wave them and say hello, but do not try to come together and talk and have a chat for a while. Try to avoid all that. You can obviously exercise outside, even if there are 2 people exercising. You have physio, you have your trainer, like Neetu. Probably if you want to train someone personally, you can have another person who can come and visit you at the park. You can train that person. Only 2 people though, not more than that. And if, for example, if you have a friend who wants to train together and you guys don't live together, but just 2 people, you can go for a walk around. Just say that's for exercise purpose, but just 2 people, and then you're going back to your homes. It's not that you're sitting on the bench, having a chat, bringing tea, talking for a long time, and other people join you. It cannot happen. Only for a little while, but it will start a bit later. But right now the rules are really strict, and from the 16th of July they've become even more stricter for the parks, because they were seen there were cases they were seen where people were in the park and enjoying and having picnics. So that's a no. I think I've covered most of the things. For medical reasons, for medical appointments, obviously you can cross that 5-kilometer radius. You don't have to worry about that. If the police will stop you and check you, you can tell the police that, I'm sorry, I've got an appointment. I'm heading to Norwest Hospital, or I'm going to Blacktown Hospital or to Westmead Hospital, or whatever appointment you have. That's a reasonable excuse. You shouldn't worry about that in terms of 5-kilometer radius. That can be travel 10, 12, whatever the case may be. Even appointment with the GP, if you don't get your local GP and if you have to travel to a different GP, that's allowed as well. Now, I think I've covered mostly all the things in terms of the rules that apply to us and LGAs. Let me have a look if I've missed anything. No. I think we should open it for Q&A. Everyone who has questions. I'm sure there are so many situations. There are so many things people need to ask. I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, so whoever wants to ask any questions or clarify any doubts, please unmute yourself. आप अपने आप को unmute करके सवाल पूछें. And yeah. देश आंटी, आपका कोई सवाल है?
I have question.
हाँ जी.
नमस्ते.
नमस्ते.
अभी वैसे तो आपने कवर कर दिया, लेकिन मेरा थोड़ा एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ जी.
Medical appointment, you say is okay, more than 5 kilometers you can go for that.
Yes.
But one more question, like I have podiatrist appointment, it is more than 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Still I can do it, is that correct?
Absolutely. हाँ जी. You can go.
Okay. And same as you said about the vegetable, like example, I'm Indian and like we using in a winter more turmeric and more ginger powder and not ginger powder, fresh ginger, right? So whatever I'm living in Macquarie Fields area, it is not available here. So like only the 5.4 kilometers, so we have a fruit shop and we can find there. So can we go there or not?
Yes, you can go there. You can. But you have, if you are stopped by the police, explain to them this is a very essential ingredient and it is not available. It is for health reasons.
Yes.
And I have to travel 400 meters extra to get that.
Yes. The reason for that, like it is not for enjoyable. It is not for fun.
Absolutely.
It is just for health reason.
Absolutely.
My husband also sick and I look after him. So certain things I have to buy from the food
Absolutely.
shop.
Yes,
Thank
you can leave.
Thank you so much.
No problems.
And Rachna, yesterday somebody was asking me if they're going for a walk, do they still have to wear a mask?
Absolutely, they have to wear a mask if they are in that 8 LGAs that are lockdown LGAs.
Yes, they have to.
They have
to.
Yes.
Even they are in the parks or anywhere they are walking, they have to have a mask on all the time.
Anyway, yep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can 2% go together for shopping?
Yes, two people can go.
2%?
Two people can go for shopping, ma'am, depending if there is a reason why you have to accompany the other person. For example, the other day I had a really bad back pain and I wanted my husband to accompany me because he doesn't know where to get the things. He didn't have a driver's license. You know, sometimes husbands become like that. I'm sorry to say. We have to go like that. We have to go with the husbands to say, okay, here. But then he carried all the bags and he brought me back to home. So I wasn't driving. I could not drive that day because I was in a lot of pain, but I had to go to the shops. So yes, in those cases, yes, if there are medical grounds and you have certificates and reasonable excuses to prove that, but try to make it only one person.
No, but for shopping, see, one of my friends, she's living by herself.
Yes.
I'm also old. Can we two go together?
No, ma'am. No, not for that reason, ma'am. Because आपका address अलग है, आप दोनों साथ नहीं रहते हो. You're not living together.
Yeah, not living together.
Yes,
No.
Absolutely. If your address is a separate address and you two friends who want to go shopping, unfortunately, at this stage, it cannot happen. मार्केट दो लोग जा सकते हैं, हस्बैंड वाइफ तभी जा सकते हैं अगर कोई मेडिकल रीजन है. इफ there is an excuse, a valid excuse that you have to take your husband or your wife along.
नहीं वॉक के लिए
हाँ, वॉक के लिए. yes, absolutely.
अपने साथ आइडेंटिटी रखनी है कि नहीं रखनी?
हाँ जी, yes.
But I think still you have to keep the distance. Doesn't matter two people walk.
आप साथ में अगर आप सेम एड्रेस में हैं, the distance is not an issue as long as you're wearing the mask and you can walk together if from the same address.
अगर अकेले जाओ फिर भी आइडेंटिटी चाहिए.
हाँ जी. If the police is patrolling and they stopped you and asked you where do you live, unnecessarily inconvenience आपको होगी. They will have to take you in their car to drive you to your home. Then you'll get a license. Usually they listen, but sometimes police officers are bombarded with work. Their minds, it's their discretion. So it is advisable, just carry the license with you. That's all you need to do. Anything that has proof of address.
These days you get digital licenses, so agar aapka phone aapke paas hai, even that will be
yeah, absolutely.
I also would like to say one thing that my friend had shared with me.
Yeah.
ये Eric Mobb's walking park है. There is a trek that goes, and Platypus track करके एक है in Castle Hill side, Bockham Hills, Castle Hill side.
Yeah.
वहाँ से there is one path that actually leads to West Pennant Hills. So this park is like literally outside my friend's house, and she took a trek and she got out in the wrong side of the trek. And she landed up in West Pennant Hills, and though it was like completely off her LGA, but there were some police people there who asked her what happened because she looked lost. She completely like ye kahan aa gayi type.
Yes.
But they actually drove her back to the park, which was like a very good thing that they did for her.
They did. Yeah. So police is not just booking everyone; they're actually helping also. Because we all are in the same boat. The same rule applies to everyone. We are also suffering. We are also probably getting fined. We are also being checked when we leave home. We also have to get tested. So it's everything.
One more thing which Veena, I was telling you yesterday, as we are going for the essential appointments out of our LGAs, suppose like 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers, whatever it is, on the way back, are we allowed to do shop around if we need to get something or fill up a tank or anything like that? That's what we were discussing yesterday, because I have been stopped by a police officer and he strictly told me, because at that time I was in Castle Hill area and Castle Hill was in the red zone at the moment.
That's a very good question, Neetu.
Yeah, like not to stop and you have to finishing the appointments, you have to go straight home.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
I think it is the best way if you can tell everyone about this as well, because that's what happened. People go for something else out of the house and then later on they find out, okay, why not pick this and that?
Yeah, no,
that kind of mistakes we all do. So it is if you can tell them like it's allowed or not.
No, not allowed, not allowed. So for example, you're going from you're going for a medical appointment, and on that way it's obviously more than 5 kilometer radius, and you are landed up in some other LG, and today I'm here in Blacktown, let's buy something. You can't do that. You're going from address A to address B, and that's it. That's your medical appointment, and you go back home. No shop around. Yes, if you're running out of fuel, definitely that's an essential. You'll get your fuel, get the car tank full, and go back home. That's okay. But then if you go to the different shops from a different LGA and it's a hotspot LGA, or you're coming from a hotspot LGA, it's a big no-no. Please do not do that. You'll get booked and get $5,000 fine.
Thank you. Good question, Neetuji. Because
yes.
Maybe I'm going to do that thing, so better I won't do it.
No, please don't do that.
Totally understand.
Thank you, Rachna. I think Bhagwat Chauhanji wants to say something.
Yeah, you have your hand up.
Thank you, Rachna ji. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Bhagwat ji. Kaise aap? Nice to see you too.
Two questions. One, we got in Harris Park in the community center on Saturday. We are doing the hamper for the food.
Yes.
And I live in Epping, and I'm fully vaccinated. So normally I go there. What I have to do from Epping to go to the Harris Park, that Jubilee Park?
So, sir, I think because abhi tak, the food delivery for charity has not been classified under the essential services, but then this is a big discussion that's been happening with the police and the emergency operations center. You can travel.
I don't deliver it. I just go there to pack the things.
Pack and stuff. Yes,
I collect it.
You can still travel, sir. You can travel.
Okay.
You can.
Second question.
Hanji.
That's my business related question. I got a business in Mori, which is 600 kilometers from here.
Yes.
And there we got a staff. Normally up to 4-6 weeks, I had to give her an off for 1 week. Now it's more than how I would do it, because she's still all right, but no, I don't know whether she can get sick or something happen. It's a motel there, so we have to keep running it. I can't close the business.
Yes.
Because the guests are there. So if emergency happen, I can travel to Mori?
Absolutely, sir. But then you have to make sure that you let them know that this is an investment. Sorry, this is a business for you that you're traveling for, and the business requires your attention. And the reason that you just explained to me, and I think you don't have a lot of staff there. It's probably one person who's managing it.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have staff there now.
Absolutely. So
you taker there who she managed it with her partner.
Yes.
But we buy one person there, and same thing is Blue Mountain as well.
Yes. So those regional areas, sir, obviously for recreation, you're not traveling for recreation. No. You're traveling for business purpose, and rather I would say for maintenance for the business that you own there. So please make sure you let the police know that this is the reason you're going. You carry your license and your obviously everything that you have in terms of ID, and also the address of the business where you're heading to. And when do you plan to come back, whether or not you're fully vaccinated, and the reason you're traveling. That's all needs to be given.
Okay. Don't have any license or permit before that? No.
There's going to be a permit that would be available to enter regional areas, 1 second, which would be available from the 21st of August on Service New South Wales. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
किसी और का कोई सवाल है रचना जी से?
हेलो
हाँ जी
नमस्कार 16 सितंबर को वैक्सीनेशन है मेरा और मेरी वाइफ का। एक दिन तो बेटा हमको लेके जाएगा क्योंकि वो ड्राइव करता है। तो कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं इसमें?
नो प्रॉब्लम सर, इट्स ऑल गुड।
थैंक यू।
Okay, I have मेरा एक सवाल है। Now, I have a support person who's coming to my daughter who comes home. So that falls under essential worker category, right?
Yes.
So other than that, can I also invite, मतलब एक दिन में सिर्फ एक person आ सकता है, or because I'm trying to get a therapy also organized, but I'm not quite sure what day the therapist will be available. So इसलिए I'm trying to find out, is that, can both of them come on the same day, or only one person can visit every day?
Ideally, we know one person, but then again, public health orders में इस तरीके से कुछ specified names, it's not mentioned whether one or two people could come. But then again, if the availability of that person falls on that same day and they can only make it to your house on that one day, 2 therapies, and obviously being an essential worker, yes, plan them out in a way where you have a gap of an hour or half an hour. If it happens, it happens. It's like that. You can't help it.
And in this process, if, say for example, it's a physio appointment, and she has to go to the park to do the physiotherapy activities, can I also be with my daughter in the park with her, with the therapist?
You are the parent, yes. You can supervise, yes.
Okay, all right. Monu, you have a question?
Yeah. Hi, Rachna. I'm Monu.
Hi, Monu. How are you?
Hi. Very good, very good. Thanks for all the information you are giving. So I have a quick question. So the 5 kilometers radius is the aerial one, या फिर जो हमारा road का है वो, I was like not very clear.
Road. 5 kilometers road.
Road का, it has got nothing to do with aerial, right?
Number, it is like a start from house to the place, correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Yeah,
not a problem.
और मैं ये बता रही थी अभी, जैसे वीना जी ने बताया ना कि जैसे मेरे हाउस की सर्विसेज होती हैं, जैसे कि डीए के लिए लेडी आती हैं, पीसी के लिए मेरे हस्बैंड बीमार है, तो वो दोनों, जैसे एक 9 o'clock आता है, दूसरा 9:30 आता है, कभी 10 मिनट पहले हैं तो दोनों संग भी हो जाते हैं, लेकिन बिकॉज बोथ आर द मेडिकल सर्विसेज, so they can do at home, correct?
Yes. They are medical services and they're essential for you. Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. Any other questions?
Most of you cover everything, basically.
Confusions. I think there was another question that was asked in another group. Can we go and look after our grandchildren if the parents are essential workers? That was asked quite a lot of times, and I just want to address that. Yes, you can do that, but making sure that you're doing it in a condition where both the parents are out of the house, children are not teenagers, they are under the age of 12, you can look after them. Also, if another parent is sleeping in the room or somewhere where the kids need care, you can go there and set those hours and then come back.
All right.
Yeah. So you child care.
Yeah, that question applied to me. Like my daughter is living up inside.
Yes.
If they both are working, and if she need my help, so I'm able to go. Like only me and 2 kids, like that.
Absolutely. So only one person can travel because childcare is exempted. You can for childcare purposes or services, you can go if they are both essential workers and they are both out of the house.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
तो मैं बाहर नहीं जा सकती हूँ, मीन्स आई डोंट ड्राइव।
हाँ जी।
और मेरे घर में मेरे 2 ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन के साथ में रहती हूँ।
हाँ जी।
और मेरी फ्रेंड ड्राइव करती है, तो वो मुझे नहीं ले जा सकती है इंडियन शॉपिंग के लिए।
आप मैम उनको आप अपनी लिस्ट दे सकते हैं and she can bring the food to you. At the moment, this is what's happening. It's just that because you're not on the same address, अगर आप साथ रह रहे होते, then there was no issue. But because you're on a different address, when you'll be checked, you'll be issued $5,000 fine.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can give the list to her and say, look, I want, falani cheese chahiye mujhe, and she can bring it to you. And that too, she had to deliver it to your door and leave. Okay. Not come inside and have chai. Yeah.
Rachna, I just want to add that, auntie, if you want anything, if किसी को अगर कुछ भी groceries कुछ भी चाहिए, तो हिंदू काउंसिल की तरफ से भी वो सुविधा है। हर संडे को वो लोग शॉपिंग जो भी होती है, आप हमें लिस्ट भेज दीजिए, वो आपके घर में ड्रॉप करेंगे।
Thank you.
Very nice.
And auntie, one of the things that I would like to add in this is it is better that you are inside as much as possible. Even me as a person, I try to get everything delivered online. जैसे Woolworths online delivery करता है, बहुत सारी चीजें online delivery हो जाती हैं. And even Woolworths has started a new thing where आप गाड़ी लेके उनके parking lot में लगा दो, आप वो बूट में आके आप सारा सामान डाल के चले जाए.
Yeah.
So you know, so I would say जितना आप बाहर ना जाओ उतना better है during this time.
क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा अभी बिजी प्लेसेस कौन सी हैं? शॉपिंग सेंटर्स ही हैं. शॉपिंग सेंटर कि ये वूलवर्थ्स, इंडियन शॉप्स, अभी बहुत भीड़ है सब जगह. यहाँ पे लोग जा रहे हैं. एंड आई थिंक मुझे लगता है इन्फेक्शन यहाँ से बढ़ रहा है. तो अवॉइड करो. दैट्स अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट, वीना.
Thank you.
And obviously Hindu Council is giving such a good service. Why not avail it? Why not?
Yeah, that's right.
Rachna ji, can I add on that?
Hanji.
There that if any of our community member, anyone who has got any financial difficulties or anything physical or any problem during the lockdown, we can organize delivery to the Woolworths or any other place.
Yeah.
But we request them not to go outside the house if not required.
Yeah, sure.
So you can get delivery done.
And additionally, it's for everyone. And if you feel that आप अगर अकेले रह रहे हैं, if you're feeling isolated, and if you have no contact, obviously there is Hindu Council. You can also contact your local police and tell them, look, we are living alone. We'll come and do a check on you. If you need groceries, the police and the defense can come and drop off groceries and assist you in that way too. So you can contact your local police station as well and let them know.
See, that's also beautiful.
I'll ask a question.
Thank you, Bhagwatji.
Thank you.
Prem uncle, you have a question?
Yes.
Hanji.
You see, I have to go for getting vaccinated on the 1st.
Yep.
Myself and my 2 granddaughters.
Yep.
Will be 3.
Yep.
The elder daughter, she is an adult, she can drive. But my son-in-law, he says, I will take you, all 3 of you, with me. Has he to take a permission for this?
No, but I would just say, Premji, why so many people have to travel? Can we just have you and your son-in-law going for the vaccination? Can it be limited? Because they'll have to get out of the car unless you're going to a drive-through vaccination clinic. But itne sare log bahar niklenge. There is, I mean, I'm just trying to find the rationale behind it. Limit the number of people going out. If you can do that, that would be.
No. Why? What I must, because all 3 have got the appointment at the same time.
Oh, well, then you have to. Doesn't matter. You have to. Yes.
So,
I thought it was for supervision reasons. But now, if your appointment is all of you have the same time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prem uncle. Anyone else would like to ask anything else?
No.
देखिए, जो भी सवाल हैं आपके मन में पूछ लीजिए. There is no such a silly question.
Absolutely.
कुछ भी है, आज रचना जी को हमने पकड़ के रखा है, तो you can ask anything, whatever you want to ask her.
हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे. अच्छा.
तो चाय पिलानी पड़ेगी लेकिन इसके बदले में.
हम लोग ऑनलाइन चाय भी करते हैं और नाश्ता भी करते हैं. अभी
ठीक है. एक दिन चाय भी करेंगे.
मंडे को हमारा राखी का सेलिब्रेशन है नाश्ते के साथ. आ जाइए आप.
अब बिल्कुल आना पड़ेगा मुझे. मेरा नाश्ता वीट बिक्स है.
इतनी वैरायटी मिलेगी ऑनलाइन नाश्ते के लिए, तो आप तो आप भी बोर हो जाएंगी.
आपने अभी कहा कि राखी है.
हेलो, आपने बताओ. हेलो. अच्छा,
ये यहाँ पर ही होगी.
मैं चौहान जी, you have a question?
मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ.
हाँ जी.
एक question. My granddaughter, she works in Bankstown Hospital as a occupation therapist. We live in roads. अभी उसकी फ्रेंड है, उसका फ्रेंड है रादर बॉयफ्रेंड, ये पेम्बल वे में रहता है. तो अगर उसको जाना है मिलने के लिए तो जा सकती है वो?
नहीं.
She doesn't go, but even I thought, let me ask you.
नहीं. Unfortunately, because Bankstown हॉट स्पॉट है और उनको पेबल में ट्रैवल करने के लिए शी नीड्स द सर्वेलेंस टेस्टिंग डन एनीवे बिकॉज शी इज वर्किंग इन द हॉस्पिटल एरिना. उनका 7 days का टेस्टिंग चल रहा होगा. Every 7 days या 3 days है?
Every 3 days.
Every 3 days. So strictly no. Sorry. क्योंकि police will stop and check why.
She doesn't go. But I thought, let me ask you.
हाँ जी no. Yeah. Unless there is a reasonable ground जहाँ पे वो बीमार है उनके बॉयफ्रेंड और उनको जरूरत है, then she says कि मैं ग्रोसरी ड्रॉप करने जा रही हूँ या फिर दवाइयाँ ड्रॉप करने जा रही हूँ. Yes, that could be a reason, but वो भी ड्रॉप करके बस निकलना पड़ेगा.
दूर से देख के खुश होना पड़ेगा अभी.
बस अभी थोड़े टाइम के लिए.
स्पेशली वो हॉट, जैसे रचना जी ने कहा हॉट एलजी, वो हॉट नहीं तड़कता भड़कता एलजी है, तो वो थोड़ा
बहुत तड़कता भड़कता है.
अभी ऐसा क्या था 2 दिन पहले ऐसा केस हुआ है जहाँ पे हमारे जो सर्विसेज हैं रहते हैं जो क्लाइंट्स, उनके घर में ही वो अपने बॉयफ्रेंड को खाना देने के लिए ड्रॉप करने के लिए गई थी, लेकिन वो बाहर से आई थी, बाहर से रोड स्टेप में ड्रॉप कर दिया था, लेकिन उसका वो जो बॉयफ्रेंड है वो पॉजिटिव कोरोना वायरस पॉजिटिव आया. हाँ, तो इसलिए वो उनको सबको आइसोलेशन में जाना पड़ा, ऑल्दो कि वो बाहर से ड्रॉप करके गई है, बट शी हैज टू बी इन आइसोलेशन.
She had to, yeah. So there's a bit risky.
तो बेटर है.
Yes. और वैसे भी LGA क्रॉस करना,
yes,
is at the moment it's a very big no.
Yeah.
Monu, you have a question?
One moment before we'll take Monu's. I think Sudesh aunty was in the waiting list before. Sudesh Garg aunty.
Sudesh Liverpool.
Garg aunty, are you there?
नहीं, वो शायद है नहीं.
हेलो.
Okay, then we'll take Monu's question first.
लिवरपूल है, आंटी नहीं है बेटा, मैं हूँ.
हाँ हो. अच्छा, सुदेश कुमारी.
अच्छा, सुदेश आंटी.
लिवरपूल वाले. हाँ जी, सुदेश.
अच्छा, लिवरपूल.
नहीं, देयर आर 2 सुदेश आंटी.
2 सुदेश
आंटी. तो हम
हैं.
सुदेश एक आंटी का नाम लेते तो दूसरी आंटी रिस्पॉन्ड करती है, तो हमने एरिया के हिसाब से उनका नाम रखा हुआ है.
ओके.
मेरे ख्याल है गर्ग जी आज एब्सेंट है मेरे में भी.
हाँ, मुझे लगता है आंटी आई नहीं है आज.
हाँ.
ओके, सुदेश आंटी.
रचना बेटा नमस्कार.
नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग. हाँ जी.
मेरा हाल कर दो तो मैं तो चाय के साथ गजरेला भी दूंगी आपको. गजरेला
ऑनलाइन
मजा आ जाएगा.
तो ऐसे बन के रखा, सभी को खिला सकती हूँ, खूब सारा बना हुआ है.
ठीक है. ओह माय गॉड.
दिखाऊं आपको?
अभी आना पड़ेगा मुझे.
गजरेला मंगवा रहे हैं.
सच में गजरेला आ रहा है, तो मुझे देखना पड़ेगा.
आंटी आप पहले क्वेश्चन पूछ लीजिए.
हाँ जी, क्वेश्चन पूछ लो.
क्वेश्चन पूछ रही बेटा. मैं ना 1 वीक के लिए बेटी के घर में आई थी.
हाँ जी.
हॉलीडे थी ना बच्चों को, 1 वीक के लिए, और जहाँ पर आके स्टॉक हो गई हूँ. 2-4 सूट पैकिंग करके लेके आई हूँ. देखो बेटा, एक और भी है. ये दिखाई दे रहा है? दिखा. और भी है.
ओह माय गॉड, क्या बात.
एक और भी है, वो भी देखा. एक और भी है. मैं खूब सारा बनाती हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को बेटे ने बहन लगाया था मीठे पे. और मैंने खूब सारा, मेरा सानी लॉ बहुत खुश होकर खाता है, बेटी मीठा नहीं खाती, और मैंने खूब सारा डबल बनाया, इससे भी डबल.
ओह, दैट इज सो नाइस. मुझे भी खाना पड़ेगा अब तो. वाओ.
बनाना पड़ेगा.
आंटी आप फटाफट क्वेश्चन, और भी लोग लाइन में हैं, तो उसके बाद हमारा नेक्स्ट सेशन भी है.
अच्छा, सॉरी. हाँ ठीक है, सॉरी.
आपका क्वेश्चन लेते हैं अभी हम.
हाँ.
तो मैं आप बोल रही थी ना कि मेरा बेटा है, हम वारिक फार्म में हम रहते हैं, लिवरपूल एरिया, और इसे बेटी ब्लैक टाउन में हूँ, और मैं जहाँ पर स्टक होके रह गई हूँ, क्या करूँ.
आंटी, जब तक थोड़े रिस्ट्रिक्शंस ईज नहीं होते तब तक आप स्टक ही रहेंगे. सॉरी, बट आई थिंक फॉर यू मे बी आपकी वैक्सीनेशन हो गई है.
हाँ, एक हो गया.
एक हो गई
सितंबर को.
अच्छा, सितंबर में. सो आपको जाना कहाँ से? सॉरी, वॉविक फार्म से.
ना ब्लैक टाउन से बारहवीं
ब्लैक टाउन से वॉविक फार्म, हाँ काफी हाई वो रिस्क। आपका एड्रेस ब्लैक टाउन का है
ना? मेरा एड्रेस
वॉविक फार्म का है। आप इस समय ब्लैक टाउन में हो?
जी जी जी।
हाँ ब्लैक टाउन तो लॉकडाउन LG है आंटी, अभी आपको थोड़े टाइम में रहना पड़ेगा जब तक कि केस नंबर्स कम नहीं हो जाते और वो हॉटस्पॉट से नहीं निकल जाता।
जी जी।
बट देन अगेन इफ योर डॉटर, आपकी डॉटर को कोई मेडिकल रीजन से आपकी जरूरत नहीं है एंड इफ यू वांट टू रिटर्न टू योर होम आफ्टर प्रोवाइडिंग दैट मेडिकल सर्विस, आप जा भी सकते हैं घर।
उस दिन बेटा पैरामीटर आया था ना, तो बोला माँ मैं ले जाऊँ आपको, मैं
हाँ
तो रास्ते में पकड़ लिया तो फिर मुसीबत हो जाएगी।
नहीं, आप अपने घर ही रिटर्न कर रहे हैं, तो अगर आपके पास ID है कि ये मेरा एड्रेस है तो आप वापस जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि आप अपनी सर्विसेज यहाँ दे चुके हो। आप वॉविक फार्म से, सॉरी ब्लैक टाउन से वापस वॉविक फार्म जा सकते हो। यू ट्रैवलिंग टू योर ओन हाउस, आप कहीं और नहीं जा रहे हो, तो यू कैन।
हाँ नहीं, मेरे पास बड़ा रीजन भी है, जैसे मैं TF में स्टडी करती हूँ ना, मेरी बुक्स वगैरह उसी एड्रेस पे आई हुई है।
हाँ बस ठीक है, तो आपके पास प्रूफ ऑफ एड्रेस है, यू कैन ट्रैवल, गो बैक होम।
थैंक यू बेटा, तो गजरेले के हकदार हो गए आप।
थैंक यू सुदेश आंटी। हाँ जी मोनू जी।
हाँ जी रचना, मेरा एक क्विक क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे जो एक पार्क है हमारा वो 1 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है और जैसे दूसरा पार्क है वो हमारी 4 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है, ठीक है? तो एट टाइम्स वी जस्ट गेट बोर्ड कि बच्चों को लगता है चलो दूसरे में ज्यादा झूले तो वहां पे जाना है, तो मैं, मेरे हस्बैंड और दोनों बच्चे, तो हम लोग 4 लोग गाड़ी में दूसरे वाले पार्क में जा सकते हैं या नहीं जा सकते?
आप एक फैमिली के हैं, यस जा सकते हैं, और आपके बच्चे, यू आर, इफ यू आर सुपरवाइजिंग देम, यस यू कैन। हस्बैंड वाइफ एक घर के, बच्चे एक घर के, एक गाड़ी में जा सकते हैं, वॉक करके भी जा सकते हैं। यस,
ऑलराइट, थैंक यू।
नो प्रॉब्लम्स।
मुझे लगता है शायद भगत अंकल भी कुछ बोलना चाह रहे थे बीच में।
ऑल गुड, थैंक यू। अब मेरा एक था कि जो कुछ स्टाफ का है, अगर वो दूसरे शहर से आते हैं तो एंड फॉर द शॉप जो है दे कैन कम और दे हैव टू वैक्सीनेटेड।
भगवत जी, ऐसे कोई रूल नहीं आया कि उनको वैक्सीनेट होना चाहिए या टेस्ट होना चाहिए। आप रीजनल एरिया वाली बात कर रहे हैं ना?
नहीं, मैं यही लोकली बात कर रहा हूँ।
अच्छा।
वन ऑफ माय स्टाफ कम्स फ्रॉम पैरामाटा एक्चुअली टू वेस्ट साइड।
हाँ जी। तो सर अगर वो एसेंशियल वर्क में क्लासिफाई होता है तो दे कैन ट्रैवल फॉर द वर्क। अगर वो एसेंशियल वर्क नहीं है देन दे कांट ट्रैवल, सिंपल रूल है। हाँ जी।
ओके, थैंक यू।
सुदेश आंटी का वापस हाथ ऊपर है।
हाँ, मैं इसीलिए तो पूछ रही थी कि ये वाले कौन से सुदेश आंटी? अपने गर्ग आंटी भी ऑनलाइन थे।
तो जिसका
ओह यस, हेलो।
हाँ जी बोलिए।
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ गर्ग आंटी आ रही है।
हेलो, हाँ ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, मेरी बेटी की डिलीवरी होनी है और वो 30 तारीख से अभी मंथली में रहती है, तो मुझे उसके साथ जाना पड़ेगा, मैं जा सकती हूँ?
उनकी डिलीवरी हुई है और आप उनके साथ हॉस्पिटल डॉक्टर के पास जाना चाहते हैं?
नहीं जी, उनके साथ घर पे, वो यहाँ रहते हैं मुंसबी में, लेकिन 30 अगस्त तक वो चेंज कर लेंगे घर अपने घर में जा रहे हैं या रेंट पे हैं।
अच्छा।
उनकी डिलीवरी हुई है तो मुझे उनके साथ घर पे रहना पड़ेगा, मेरा अपना घर भी मुंसबी में है।
अच्छा, और आप दोनों के घर के बीच में कितना गैप है?
मुश्किल से होगा
और आपको उनको किस रीजन से असिस्ट करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, मुझे ये डिलीवरी होगी ना, बेबी होगा तो काम के लिए जाना।
नहीं मैम, नहीं जा सकते अनलेस उनके पार्टनर नहीं है घर पे, तो आप जा सकती हैं। अगर वो एसेंशियल वर्कर हैं, उनको घर से बाहर जाना पड़ रहा है, तब आप जा सकती हैं, अदरवाइज आप नहीं जा सकते। आपको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा कि कोई रीजन है मेडिकली वेयर उनको असिस्टेंस की जरूरत है, वो बेड रिडन हो गई हैं या कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम है जिसकी वजह से। और अगर आप जाएंगी भी तो अगर खाना देना है तो यू जस्ट प्रिपेयर द फूड एंड लीव इट इन द फ्रिज एंड देन कम आउट।
नहीं, खाना नहीं, मुझे वहीं रहना है, 3-4 महीने में वहीं रहूंगी।
अच्छा, आप रहेंगे वहां पे, यू मूविंग देयर?
सही हो सकता है और कोई है?
So okay, Sudesh aunty, can I get back to you on that question, because अभी तक जितने भी questions आए हैं, especially pregnancy related, they are always कि आए हैं pregnancy पे हम जाके उन्हें daily help करना चाहते हैं. अभी तक किसी ने ये नहीं पूछा कि वो 3-4 महीने के लिए रहना चाहते हैं. So मुझे emergency operation center से question का answer मैं अगर confirm करके आपको बता दूं, if that's okay. कब की कब?
That will be fine. We will deliver your answer to.
हाँ जी. So ये कब है delivery? Sorry Sudesh aunty, 1 मिनट confirm करना है मुझे.
First week. October first week.
October first week. October first week. ठीक है आंटी. I'll let me find out. मैं आपको पूछ के बताती हूँ ये चीज. That's a very different question. अभी तक आया नहीं है. तो मैं पूछ के.
Thank you, Sudesh aunty, and thank you, Rachna, for that.
No problem.
Anyone else would like to ask something from Rachna before she'll take a leave from us? मेरे मन में रचना बहुत सारे सवाल थे, बट आपने इतने अच्छे तरीके से स्टार्ट किया कि मेरे आधे से ज्यादा सवालों के जवाब तो मुझे तभी मिल गए जब आपने बोलना शुरू किया.
I hope so.
नहीं, that's true. क्योंकि थोड़े दिन पहले ही हमें अपने शारदा आंटी पूछ रहे थे कि वो हस्बैंड और वाइफ बेटे के साथ रहते हैं, बट both of them are not driving. So son is the only one who can drive them wherever they want.
Absolutely, हाँ जी.
तो उसी के लिए वीना ने आपको स्पेशली कॉल करके पूछा था. तो there were so many like small things were keep coming, but you answered it so well. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Rachna ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. कोई भी आपको questions हो, वीना and नीतू, if you have any questions, आप मुझे email कर दीजिए questions. एक और session हम कर सकते हैं if you have more questions. सबके questions ready रखें और I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you so much.
No problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again, and thank you for helping all of us.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Always there. Police आपकी सेवा में.
All of you, and a big salute to all of you to handling all these situations. I know कि थोड़े दिन पहले मैं इन सबको कह रही थी कि now even police has to come on the zero tolerance zone because people are again doing so many, like still I can say that stupid things which they are not supposed to do it. जानते बूझते हुए भी जब करते हैं तो गुस्सा आता है.
Yes, true. I agree. But लेकिन ठीक है, most of the people are following rules. ठीक हो जाएगा.
We want to clap for everybody in the police who's doing the great job.
Thank you.
Big round of applause for all of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachna.
Thank you, Shweta. I'll take your leave. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Bye.